Hey there, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be going through my 17 tips that you should stop doing if you want to be successful on Amazon KDP. So if you're new to KDP, then you're going to want to watch this until the end of the video. And even if you've been publishing, then you might still find some tips here that you might be overlooking. But before that, hey guys, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Tip number one, ignoring formatting guidelines. So when you're starting out on KDP, it's common not to know that there's certain formatting guidelines to adhere to, but it's really important to know that KDP does set certain formatting guidelines, and these are all designed to ensure consistency, readability, as well as compatibility across various devices. If you go to Amazon KDP under book formatting, they're going to give you all this information to help you with their formatting guidelines. So these are things with trim sizes and margins, as well as how to do the interiors and the covers. And they even provide free tools such as a cover creator, as well as a cover calculator and template to help you create your book. Tip number two, rushing your cover design. Now, I know you want to get your book out and you want to do it as fast as possible, but if you're not good at cover designs, then you're going to have to take the time to learn that skill to create appealing cover designs. But if you don't want to invest the time and energy into building that skill, then you're going to want to invest money into hiring someone that can create a professional cover design, because this is one of the most important parts of KDP, and this is going to be the first thing that your customers are going to see. You can easily get this done by going to a site like Fiverr. Here is someone that will design your KDP book cover for a KDP low content book. Their basic is $15, which gives you one cover. Standard will give you 3 covers, premium 7 covers for $65. But for the basic one of $15 to get your book cover done professionally is a really smart choice if you're lacking in design skills. Which takes us to our third tip, which is don't overcomplicate designs. I know you might want to add lots of elements, lots of graphics, change the fonts, make it flashy, make it pop. But we're dealing with no low and medium content books, which are simple in itself. So it's really important to just stick to clean layouts and designs that are already selling well on Amazon, because most of the time, those overcomplicated designs aren't going to sell. And if they do, you might just sell 1 or 2. Tip number 4, overpricing or underpricing your book. It's really important to actually do research and price your book accordingly, because overpricing and underpricing your book can have its issues. For example, if you overprice your book, well, it might not ever sell because, well, it's overpriced. And if you underprice your book, customers might not actually take it seriously compared to another book that's selling well, but is priced accordingly to all of its other competitors. So it's important to look at your competitors' pricing and not deviate from it too much. Tip number 5, neglecting advertisement, or in this case, KDP ads. Now, you don't have to run ads to be successful on Amazon KDP, but since it's there and it's there for us to use, you might as well take advantage of it, because my experience has been that it's helped boost organic rankings for my books, and it's been able to get there faster than if I'd never used ads in the first place. Now, if we look at the search term crossword puzzles for kids 8 to 12, we can see the top 4 books here are all sponsored, meaning they're running ads. But what I want you to see is that, for example, this book that was just published December 22, 2023, if we scroll down past the sponsored ads, we can see that this book is still on the first page right here. So it is boosting its organic ranking, as well as this book, the second book right here, we can see that it's still on the first page. That is why it's important to consider running ads. Tip number 6 is ignoring reviews. Now, when you publish a book and it starts to make sales, it'll start to collect reviews. It's really important to take note of those reviews. Some of them will be good, maybe some of them will be bad. Look at what's going well, keep doing more of that. Look at what's not doing well and fix it, because your reviews are ultimately what's going to dictate the longevity of your bestsellers ranks. You want to make sure you're doing right by your customers by putting out books that they actually want. And so if you're getting low reviews, you want to fix that as soon as possible, because too many bad reviews basically going to tank your BSRs, and eventually your book will not sell anymore. Tip number 7, skipping proofreading. Now, this is very important. You should not be having typos or any kind of grammatical errors in your books. It's very important to proofread and get this part right, because these types of things are going to detract from the reader's experience, and they're going to end up writing a bad review. It's going to end up showing on your listing, and then people are going to end up not buying your book. So if you're not that great at proofreading, there are sites that can help you, such as Grammarly or Quillbot, or you can even hire someone off of Fiverr to do the proofreading for you so that you have something professional, because the last thing that you want is a hit on your reputation as an author. Tip number 8, ignoring metadata updates. Now, a lot of people don't actually realize that you can update certain metadata on your books. So you're not able to update the title, the subtitle, as well as the author name, but you can update the categories, you can change the description on the book, as well as update the back-end keywords. So it's important to actually go through there, especially if your book is not selling well. You can actually go and change these metadata, and to your surprise, it might actually help your book in getting seen and eventually making sales. Tip number 9, ignoring analytics. Now, as you're making sales, KDP will actually track these sales and it'll be shown in your back office. And so it's important to actually look at what's selling, because I know for me and a lot of other people that started with especially no content publishing, we would tend to publish a lot of books at the same time. And so if we don't track our sales, how would we know what's selling, and how would we know what type of books to keep making and what type of books to stop producing? So this is where a tool like Titans Pro will come in handy, because it'll allow you to track the historical BSRs of any book. Tip number 10, ignoring copyright laws. So it's very important that you play by the rules, because Amazon KDP does not play games when it comes to copyrighted material. So it's very important to do your research when it comes to trademarks and copyright. And if you're going to use one, you need to get the proper permission before you even use it. You can use a site like uspto.gov to search trademarks and make sure that nothing that you're using is copyright, and so that you are good to go. Because if you mess around with this, it's like playing with fire. Amazon might not even give you a chance at this. Tip number 11, avoid copying others. Now, while it might be tempting to find a book that's doing well and copying it, it's important to make a book that is unique and that is more custom and original to you as an author than just copying everything out there. The problem with copying is that A, it could get you into trouble for duplicate content, and then B, it's not authentic to you. So if you're copying a book that's already established and has ratings and reviews, well, customers can detect that and they'll see that you're just a copycat, and then they're gonna just write it in the reviews anyways if they end up buying your book, or they're not even gonna buy your book in the first place. Even when you're using sites like Creative Fabrica to get interiors, it's always a good idea to upload them onto a program, even a free program like Canva, and make edits and changes to it so that it is more original to you and it doesn't look like something that's already been published and out there on Amazon for everyone to see. Tip number 12, avoid neglecting foreign markets. Now, most of your sales is actually going to come from the US marketplace, but there are foreign marketplaces that you could take advantage of, and you never know, it might open up a new stream of revenue. So thinking about translating your books into different languages is not really a bad idea. So from what I know, there are 18 marketplaces that you can sell your books on KDP, but what I actually recommend is to look at the marketplaces that accept Amazon ads, because this will allow you to jumpstart your books and hopefully get them to start making some sales and establish a rank without having to focus and to depend on organic rankings in these foreign marketplaces. Tip number 13, avoid skipping keyword research. Now, keyword research is one of the most important things in actually getting your book ranked. Without the proper keyword research, customers will never be able to see your book. These are keywords that go into your title, your subtitle, and the back-end keywords. And it's important to know how to do keyword research correctly. Now let's use this search term ... books for kids as an example. When I do keyword research, I look for three things. Number one, the search results. I look for search results that are 1,000 and below. As you can see, this has 3,000 results. So right off the bat, it's not looking good. But the second thing that I look for are 3 books that we're competing against that are all independently published books that have a BSR rank of 300,000 and below. As you can see, here's one at 27,000. Here's another one at 36,000, and then another one at 20,000. So right there, we know that there's demand for this keyword. And then finally, I look at the niche score, which is provided by this Titan's Quick View plugin that I use. And I look for a score of 50 and above. And right now it's giving me a score of 59. So knowing that it has 3,000 results, all I would do is I would niche down further to try to get this search result to 1,000 and below. Tip number 14, stop neglecting book descriptions. Now, although the book description isn't indexed on Amazon and it doesn't really help with book rankings, this is the place where you can try to persuade your customer into actually buying your book. You can put things like the book specifications as well as persuasive language to try to entice your customer to hit that purchase button. So don't underestimate the book description and actually take some time and thought in filling it out. Tip number 15, avoid neglecting mobile compatibility. Now, I'm sure you forgot, but most people access Amazon from their phone or tablet. And it's important to know that there are some things that show up on the desktop version that don't actually show up on mobile and tablet. So for example, things like reading the sample of the interior that show up on the desktop version don't actually show up on the phone. So it's important to actually take advantage of A+ content to be able to show these interiors off, because this is the only place to actually show off the interior of your book. Tip number 16, lack of patience. Now, I know you want to make sales and I know you want to make sales fast, but publishing on KDP is not a get rich quick scheme. You're going to have a lot of patience, and you're going to have to keep producing books over and over and over again. You're going to have persistence, dedication, and just consistency when it comes to keep producing those books. So you can't expect to be an overnight success because it takes time to build something great. And in order to be great, you need to keep refining your craft, which leads us to our last tip, tip number 17, which is avoid learning. In order to build something great on Amazon KDP, you have to continually learn, you have to continually evolve, and you have to continually innovate and publish books that are better than the last. You need to always improve your skill set when it comes to designing covers, designing interiors, copywriting, as well as just doing keyword research, and even thinking about hiring people to help you with your business. All of these things is necessary in order to stay competitive and in order to stay successful in KDP. So never stop learning. Well, there you have it. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and hopefully you're able to implement it into your low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And if you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.